Alright, getting kicked in the balls doesn't hurt.
Why do people hate SAO? Is it just for the meme? Or is there an actual reason that the majority can agree on? I keep seeing the same comments, like the first opening is really good, or season 1 was good, and yet most season 2s of anime aren't as impactful as the first one. It's usually more the same depending on the source material, but still, how do we go from this to this?
Kind of enjoyed Sword Art Online. How fucking dare you? First season, or first arc. The OP is pretty...
Okay, to be fair, yes, the OPs are absolutely banger, but please tell me you didn't enjoy Alfheim Online.
Oh no, God. Okay, that's...
Okay, not as well.
Today we'll find out why one of the most popular series of 2012 has been reduced to nothing more than a meme. Because like it or not, it's been 10 years since its release, and we are now in the future that the story takes place in.
Because tonight will be the night that I will fall for you over again.
Welcome back, I'm Dusk, and today we're going to try to figure out why the majority of people online hate SAO. Sword Art Online is an anime that follows boy wonder Kirito, who is a beta tester for the game SAO, and what sets him apart from everyone else is that he actually read all the manuals. With only 10k physical copies, the game also sold out online in seconds. The game is an MMORPG, or massively multiplayer online role-playing game. The founder of the game then keeps everyone from logging out.
You cannot log yourselves out of SAO, and no one from the outside will be able to shut down or remove the nerve gear from your head.
Not only that, but then he reveals that if a person dies in the game, they die in real life.
A transmitter inside the nerve gear will discharge a microwave signal into your skull, destroying your brain and ending your life.
So it's up to level 1 Kirito to beat the game and save everyone.
If I die in the game, I'll die in real life.
That's what I said. How did it go from stupid popular to more of a joke? And why do people seem to hate Kirito, at least here in the US? One of the reasons I keep seeing is that Kirito is too OP or overpowered, but I would not consider that to be a strong point that really affects the story, mostly because a lot of anime protagonists are overpowered to begin with. It's nothing new. Goku has been doing this since the 80s. That's 40 years and no one questions it. In fact, people want more of it, which led to the Super Saiyan God mode we have now. Also, the entire premise of One Punch Man is Saitama being too OP, or the power of One For All in My Hero is another modern example of this. I'm not saying it's invalid, but it doesn't affect the overall outcome of the entire anime, because with stories like this, we already know Kirito is going to defy the odds and beat the game. Or maybe it's a skill issue, because this was 2012, and you might have been told off by a kid like Kirito in a Black Ops 2 lobby.
Yeah.
Another complaint I keep coming across was the harem route. Let me explain if you're new to this type of anime trope. So most modern anime and manga, there is usually one main male protagonist. I don't believe they're all self-inserts by the mangaka, but usually all the female characters have a thing for him. In SAO, Kirito has Asuna as his main waifu, and yes, they actually get married in the game, but Kirito does have his moments with Dragon Tamer Silica.
We should meet up in the real world. That would be cool, 'cause I like having you as a friend.
Okay, we will.
And Blacksmith Elizabeth.
Don't freak out! But I'm falling in love with you!
I can't hear a thing! What did you just say?
When Asuna isn't around, there's also Leafia in the second half who turns out to be his cousin who he calls his sister in real life. This is the kind of fantasy that could never happen, but in anime it's influenced by a culture of eroge games where you can pick your love interest. Or it's possibly a marketing tactic to make all the love interests popular enough to sell merchandise. It's also nothing new to anime. Does anyone remember anime like Tenchi Muyo or Love Hina? The harem was one of the main plot points of both series, with the protagonists having the same set of problems and happy accidents.
What is this thing? Squishy.
Modern games like Persona have this as a feature, and so does every isekai like Re:Zero and Konosuba. One of the biggest complaints is the pacing, like how much time is skipped in the anime. This is probably due to the constraint of the episode layout. Most adaptations we see now are only 12 episodes. I think through the viewer's perspective, he achieved too much too fast, even though they were stuck in SAO for 2 years. Also, due to the series direction, a lot of Kirito's inner monologue is gone, which was a main point in the light novels that the series originated from. And inner monologue is not impossible to achieve in anime. Most of Death Note's adaptation is inner monologue. but I think a lot of the dislike stems from the second half of season 1, mostly with how the character of Asuna is written in the Alfheim arc. In SAO, she was a strong enough solo player to join the Knights of the Blood Oath.
I'm running this operation, okay? In case you forgot, I'm still second in command of the Knights of the Blood Oath. You'll obey my orders, like it or not.
But in part 2, she's reduced to a damsel in distress, not really doing anything till she's finally rescued, because she's stuck in a tree, also being turned into a child bride without consent, while she's still in a coma, because of course Japan. Maybe someone somewhere is into that.
But the next time we meet, I hope you'll be just a bit more submissive.
The ending part was also super intense, mostly with the main villain, Nobuyuki Sugo, that one guy who wanted to marry Asuna's comatose body. Even seeing him chase Kirito with a knife is a bit too real, because violent attacks like that do happen in Japan, and Kirito is still a teenager, with no powers like in the game. He could have been killed. And although it didn't happen here, we know that some anime series don't mind having their protagonist stabbed to death.
Son of a... You're a guy? You're not 17?
My opinion is that the series just became popular to hate after the marketing, merchandise, and mainstream success in the West. But give it time. There is a reason why out of all the anime that year, people still remember it, and we're still getting figures of Asuna. Eventually, I believe it'll become popular again. Kinda like when your friend says they hate MCR, and then 10 years later they go to the reunion tour. I'd like to know what you guys think in the comments. Why is SAO hated, or no, you actually like it, and have been shamed into keeping it a secret?
Hey, it's okay. You are allowed to like Sword Art Online.
And I agree, it's okay to like something weird or what others consider to be too boring or too mainstream. There's a reason why the series got made into an anime in the first place, and watching it after so long, it's really fun to go back and be invested in the story all over again. Thank you all for watching, and consider subscribing. I try to reply to all the comments I get. If you're new to the channel, try watching a couple of the shorts I make. They're pretty fun to watch and a lot of work goes into them. And I'll see you all in the next video. Oh, wait. Before you go, do you remember that scene with Kirito and Asuna? Do you think there was cum?
Cream?